Good evening. Tonight I'm going to take a look at Anchor Brewing Company's Brotherhood Steam to dry hopped beer. It's a collaboration um, brew between Chris Robinson Brotherhood and Anchor Brewing. Um, and quite frankly, I don't even know what kind of beer this is, to tell you the truth. It's just some beer. I should look that up, but I didn't. So let's find it out by tasting it. I think it's probably the Anchor. Ouch. The Anchor Steam beer, California common beer, with some hop accents in this collaboration. And I'm only guessing that because it's called Brotherhood Steam, but who knows? So we're gonna give this a looky look. It has cool art on the can. Whoops, I guess all the cool art's over here. Anyway, it has this cool guy's face with this price tag on it. It actually gives art. It says artwork by Alan Forbes, brewed in San Francisco, and 5.6% alcohol by volume. Okay, so let's take a peek at this. Definitely hoppy. Kind of a citrusy, tropical hoppiness going on here. I get some malt out of this as well. Oh, totally, I drank it. Sorry, my head is somewhere else tonight. There are big protests going on in Oakland for the two men who were shot recently in Minnesota, and jeez. Anyway, that's what I keep thinking about that's going on tonight, and they're protesting, and then Dallas happened. So I'm trying to focus on this beer, and it's very challenging. Appearance-wise, it's this nice deep golden amber color. It did pour with a nice head. Looks like it's going to dissipate, but I think we're going to see a little bit of lacing happening as I drink this down. Onto flavor. Pineapple, just as I try to take a drink. Deeply malty. Even has a malty mouthfeel to it. It looks to be pretty clear. Well, I guess it's it's pretty clear. Maybe a little hazy. But this nice, clean, complex hoppiness, maltiness that's going on, and this nice, delicate hop finish. I feel like, the hoppiness is just enough to give it like a kind of clean finish, and it's pretty enjoyable. My fingerprints are wet, and I can't unlock my phone. I'm actually going to go look at the California Steam beer. California Common. When they change the names and the categories, I find it really annoying. Like, for instance, yesterday I realized that there is no American wheat ale category, or wheat beer category. But anyway, I digress again. So this style, the California Common, is 4.5 to 5.5, of which Anchor Steam is named as one of the commercial examples. I feel like feel like that's what this kind of beer is, what this beer is supposed to be. And it's this beautiful, like, it's a lager, but it has, it might even be made with a different yeast, which is why it tastes so different. Fermented with lager yeast, but one that was selected to ferment relatively clean beer at warmer temperatures. Modern versions are based on Anchor Brewing relaunching the style in the 70s. It also says that citrusy notes, citrusy type hops are actually inappropriate for this particular style. And so this is where, thinking about style kind of stifles creativity. I guess who would tell an artist that they're not, that their painting isn't good because it doesn't fit a style when it's expressing their interests and their feelings and whatever. Anyway, this is going to be a social commentary review and not a beer review, but fine. Anchor Brotherhood Steam. Gets an 86 out of 100, so it's a nice solid B rating beer, generally speaking, and it is a steam beer. Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of a combination as an extra special lager, which is really a combination between a best or a special, or an extra special bitter, an ESB, and steam beer. And so they're really going for that, like, for a little bit of bitterness, and this, deep complex lager, steam style beer, California common beer. And I think that they've done so really, really well. I also think that this creation really showcases it's very trendy, on trend. It showcases the hop styles that are going on right now, but in a way that's not super aggressive or totally distorts the original beer style. It's just an interesting take on steam beer, and I actually think I appreciate that a lot. So I think this is a good beer, and I'm glad that I picked it up. I saw it as a single and thought, definitely, I need to give that a try. One thing about these singles sometimes that worries me is that, how long have they been sitting around before somebody decided that they were going to sell it? A lot of beer companies, well, some beer companies will put either enjoy by or bottled on dates, and this doesn't have it, so who knows, but in the meanwhile, it's enjoyable. So Brotherhood Steam, an extra. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm gonna forget what they called it. Extra special lager, and there you have it. So limited edition release that came out, I think, in December. Although I don't know why I think December. In December, we announced the limited release. Okay, so I didn't make that up. With the artwork is by a San Francisco artist, which is super cool. I love the local craft that happens for collaborations and artistic takes on styles and utilizing local companies and artists and people. I think that's really great. And San Francisco is particularly great about that. So there you go. Anchor Brewing Company in collaboration with Chris Robinson, Brotherhood, a dry hopped extra special lager. Good beer. If you get an opportunity to give it a try, I recommend it. I think it's palatable to the craft brew, whatever that means, craft brew drinkers, to the lager drinkers. If you're not offended by hops, it's not aggressively hopped, but it's hoppy. And to the malty beer people who like malt style beers but aren't afraid of hops. It's not even too much for a hop wimp. So good beer, I think. And I enjoyed it. It doesn't say any information about IBUs on here, unfortunately, which I always don't like. But it is 5.6% alcohol by volume. The style, California Common or a steam beer, IBU styles between 30 and 45. I feel like this is probably just above that range, but only maybe. I think an IPA is like 40 to 80 or something like that, and so I wouldn't be entirely surprised if this were 50 or 55, 52 IBUs. So it's drinkable, and it has a nice malt backbone to support it, and some interesting history and quirkiness, which is what San Francisco is about. So great job to this collaboration brew by Brotherhood and Anchor. Good beer. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.